boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled week of Grumpy Vlogger Live. Art says you can't hear me. I know you can, because I tested it before I went on, unlike some people. But anyways, welcome to the show tonight. Thank you. See, some people do hear me. Let's go ahead and bring on the co-host. Although I should make him go last, but I'll bring him on anyways. None other than the statuesque Art Carlson.
Yeah.
Got to tell you, last night we was talking about Game of Thrones, and I used a politically incorrect term when I was talking about the first episode. I said I never got past it because I'm not into midget sex. And of course, everybody laughed. They knew what I was talking about. But yeah, so but anyway.
Because you can't tell how big it's going to get.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so we had a good time last night on Bill's show, and I appreciated him bringing me on. But yeah, we got to talk about shows I've watched and shows I haven't watched. Like I've never watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched The Sopranos.
Neither.
They just didn't interest me. I did watch Breaking Bad, never watched it either. So, hey, let's bring in Dominic, instead of leaving him just sitting in his car all by himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Dominic. Oh.
I must say, well, I've never watched Game of Thrones. The only thing I like about the Game of Thrones is the topless bit, but never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of them shows I just never. I tried watching. First off, I didn't have HBO for a long time, and when I finally, and actually the reason I have HBO now is because through AT&T, the plan I'm on, I get HBO Max for free. It's part of my plan, but awesome. I just never got into it, And let me go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chat. Let me put my glasses back on. Yeah, hi everybody. No, I'm gonna. Yeah. I want to try to do better.
Joe, Captain Joe America, USA Drone Flyer, Mike, Night Train. I'm on the night train. Jody, Drone Shot.
Yeah,
we got Brad, Catskills Brad, and Rob, Drone Rob, and Dominique, No Side Hulk, and Trevor Fuss. Because he doesn't fuss. And we got Chris, Sunrise Water Media.
Yeah, we have the X-Wing, and he says he won't be able to watch the whole show. Oh, excuse me.
And we got Joe Jaybird.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I got a tickle in my throat. Lee McCready, yeah. And let's see, Dustin, One Vision Aerials.
Dustin, Drona Gaming RP.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Justin, yeah. I've been working on.
Stay drunk.
Okay,
and droning Western Australia. And he's looking a little grey there.
Yep. Is he?
We got Don Mudball Creative.
Hi, Don.
All right. I don't see
Chris, Sunrise Water Media. Did we say hello to him?
Yeah,
I think everybody know that I'm gruntled and couth today.
You are.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I gotta do this every time. There we go.
So, Brad, did you get your keychain that you won?
Oh, and Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, is in as well. And now Droning Western Australia is he should be blue now. Yep, he is. Yeah, or whatever color that is. I guess that's blue.
Catskill Brad.
Yep, Catskill Brad. Yep. Now I sent off
the coffee today is Coles Express.
Oh, Coles Express. Now instead of because I'd had so many problems trying to get everything ordered for the Christmas giveaway, which is 6 months late now, I sent off gift cards too. I've sent off 4 gift cards, and I think Mike at Night Train, he said I think he ordered his already. So pick out anything on that. I sent it in the emails that you had replied to me, and so if you didn't check that email, check your junk thing. But there's a gift certificate for each one of the winners.
Mhm.
Except for Jody, and I still got his stuff sitting here, and that will go out tomorrow. If it's the last thing I do, I'll drop it off on the way out of town because we're headed up the lake, I think, and I want to get that taken care of. I've got it sitting right here, but it's just been a crazy week. And speaking of Justin, who is Droner Gaming, I have been working on the Justin dummy today.
Oh,
So, getting close to putting the, oh, you got yours, Joe? Okay. All right. Ordered the shirt. Okay. Yeah. But I think next year that's what I'm going to do. Because I like the site is not as fancy on Spreadshirt, but it gives you so many options that you can take and order anything with that logo on it or anything else. I mean, hell, if you're one of those people that's...
Yeah, I've used my Spreadshirt. I've also found another one called Fourth Wall.
Fourth Wall.
And
Okay.
that seems to be pretty good at the moment. I'm just testing that out.
Let me know how it works.
I've actually got a sample of it in front of me.
Okay.
Hopefully this works.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that is nice.
And the fabric's really nice. Fabric
Yes.
is really, really nice. And you can actually put, where am I? You can put on the back. I've got all my stuff on the back. If I can get it in the right angle. There.
Oh, that is nice.
There.
Nice.
And you can
Very
also,
nice.
You can also put things on the, I've put
Sleeve?
a couple of things. There we go. There. And
Sweet.
I've got another one on the other side.
Oh.
Move this better. There we go. See that?
Oh, yeah, Matt Bump. Yeah,
Matt Bump. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That is that's an awesome looking hoodie.
It cost me $50 US, and that was including shipping to Australia.
That's not bad. Not when you consider the
that
shipping
is.
cost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Justin, don't forget the grumpy tongs, too.
Yeah, well, that's what he put up there, the grumpy thong, yeah.
No, tongs.
Okay. Let's see. I had some good I put up a video today. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, no.
It was my review of
yeah. Shazam!
Shazam.
Or
And Joe Fotoleo, welcome. And let's see.
Shazam!
Yeah. EMU Drone 4K. I think he's over on let's see. Probably on Dominic. And let's see, who else does I see? Oh, Chin Dynasty was is he on mine? I guess he's on mine. No, I think he's either on yours
Probably
or
on mine.
Yeah.
Let me check. Yeah, he is on mine.
All right, so welcome to you guys as
that'd
well.
be Bill. And that's
Bill, yeah.
Chin Dynasty.
That's what I said, Chin Dynasty.
No, you said Chin Dynasty.
No, I didn't. I said Chin. Because I heard him correct people, and you, it's your hearing aids, Art. Your batteries are running low. But yeah, I gave a review of the movie, and I may do another one because I got a decent little reaction. So it's like, what else was I? But I just couldn't get through the movie, and the premise, the fact is okay. Billy Batson, the kid, is a streetwise kid. He's outsmarted the cops when he's learned, and he's this really street smart kid. He's lived through the foster system for 10 years or so, and then he turns into this big dumb doofus that's supposed to be a grown man, and he acts like a 10-year-old. It's like he is
there are a lot
guy.
Of people like that, sadly.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be the same guy, but in a man's body, and it's like, oh look, I got my first pubes. I'm a man. That's the way he acted. Like, oh come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Because the kid doesn't matter. The adult actor, in my opinion, screwed the part up. He just, he's funny in other stuff, and it is funny, but it becomes a repetitive shtick. Just the same old jokes, and it's boring, and I can't. I haven't been able to finish it. Because it's just
we got Brad Alston.
Yes, and I see he's. Why is he not? Oh, he's okay. I thought I was going to say.
Yeah.
I thought he was blue.
Mark Sullivan.
Yep, and Steve Knowles, Yellow Rose Drones is in here as well. Mark Sullivan, yeah. So, but yeah, I've been working on the on Justin the Dummy today. I hope to get probably the last primer coat, and then I'll start doing the rest of the paint, and then I'll do the color painting, and then I'll start hooking up all the hardware. So.
Cool. We got Gene Fox.
We do, Gene Fox and Mark R. White.
Mark R. White.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. So I stayed up till past midnight last night on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I finally had to give it up because the thing was I took my bedtime pills before I got on the show. And I was like. Hey, yeah, I needed to.
Were you talking like Harry Carey? Welcome to Wrigley Field.
No, I wasn't quite that bad. I just get tired. It's like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. So I figured I better get off. And by the time I got from here,
like Bill does sometimes during the show.
Yeah. I was about there, but it was a fun show. I appreciated being on there, and
good. Glad it was good. We got Lake Pilot. That would be
Lake
Jack.
Pilot, welcome, Jack. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we can. When. Yeah, that's. No, it won't be up yours. Well, I could say up yours, but that complete different connotation there. You take that the way it's meant.
Something different means something different here.
Yeah. But no, I will. And he's going to be a puppet as big as Gus. He's going to be about a 40-inch puppet. So, and just got a little bit more to do. No, it wasn't.
No, we needed a bit of Don's humor on there.
Humor, yeah. We could have used. I would have loved to have been on there with Don, because that would have been, I mean, although it was nice, Angel was on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we gave him, poor guy. We gave him so much.
A lot of stick over his. Not making his bed.
Yeah, he's doing it out. He's doesn't have a green screen, so he's doing it in his bedroom, and his bed's all tossed, and it's just.
Okay.
At least you could have done was make your bed before you came on the show.
I do that every morning.
Yeah, well, he finally got up.
Not hard.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't. He in the first part of the show, he wasn't able to. He came in the chat, and then yes, I was on the panel, Don. I got an invite. Yeah. Yeah. I made the comment I never get invited, and within 3 seconds, Beauchard had sent it to me. So, and so, yeah, he sent me he sent me the link right away, and I just about laughed about it. And I thought, no, I told Judy was about half asleep, and I told her, I said, I'm gonna go get on this show because they were nice enough to send me a link, so I took advantage of it, and I had fun. Yeah, Don, you missed out last night.
It's always fun.
Yep.
But that's the one show I stay up late for.
Cool.
And don't forget, in another 45 minutes, you'll be able to watch a real drone show called Drone Nation. And I'm sure they'll talk about the DJI Mavic 25 or whatever the hell the new one is,
I think it's the Air 3.
Yeah, the F3, I think's rumored to come out soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And welcome, Tammy Jean. Glad to have you.
Tammy.
But I've been thinking. Right now I've got about 6 different things going on because I'm trying to get some stuff straightened out so I can. Hello, Captain Ray.
Captain Ray.
Welcome.
He's a darn good pilot.
The Air 3 is not till November. Okay.
I said soon. So soon could be November.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Soon
still in the
never
fall.
Exact measurement. Soon is just whenever.
Hey, here's a question. Maybe maybe this is not the right thing I should ask, but when they release this because these all come from China anyways, do they release it on the Chinese calendar or on the U.S. calendar or the Gregorian calendar?
I think they use the same
Gregorian.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because most of their demographic would be via the Gregorian calendar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They would probably release locally on their own calendar, but release everywhere else using the Gregorian calendar.
With a Mach 5 with saw blades coming out the front. Yeah. There you go, Lake Pilot. Yeah, that's a good idea. They release it on a day. There you go. Do you know why they call it? Do you know what the Gregorian calendar is, or what? It turned out under the original,
named after
the Augustan
Pope Gregory,
right? Because part of the problem was under the Augustan calendar, which was the one that finally added August. They didn't account for all of the days, and whenever Pope Gregory was the Pope,
1582.
They realized 1582. Okay,
1582, and they had to.
And they skipped 10 days. Yeah. They jumped ahead 10 days. Yeah. So, and then they started adding that quarter day that they have now. And when I was younger and I was studying all the biblical stuff, I took a course in the ancient Jewish calendar. Let me tell you, that is a trip to try and figure out. My ex-father-in-law wrote as part of his doctoral thesis, and he published a book on it. And oh my God, I've still got the book somewhere. He signed it and sent it to me. This is long after he was my father-in-law, but he still sent me a copy of it after he published it. And
it's a very fascinating one.
Yeah, the calendars, the way they, of course, then there's certain religious groups are saying, those that go to church on Saturday, not the Jewish, but the others, they say that was done so that they could switch the day to Sunday. And it's just, no, that's not how it works. But I don't argue the point. So releases are made according to the
Tactonian calendar from the fifth planet of Rigel
5. Yeah, okay. That must be the one they use, yeah.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. But anyways, so I was trying to think what else I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm just
let's talk about products that we haven't heard in years. Remember Digel? Made with simethicone.
Simethicone, yes.
And what did Certs have?
Certs had Retsin.
Golden drop of
Retsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all had some sort of scam going on about that.
Yeah.
Digel actually worked pretty good.
Yeah.
And simethicone is still used, but in other products now. So
Mm.
because simethicone is used to, it's like Beano and stuff like that has simethicone in it.
Yeah,
Just to,
I still remember some of
Charles.
those
I do.
ads from my youth.
yeah,
Yeah.
it helps prevent excess stuff like that.
Ah,
Right. Mhm.
Hello, Charles Gillespie.
extra flatulence.
Let's not,
You
Don.
really smart and dumb.
Yeah, yeah, Yeah.
Mm.
yeah. Sometimes I am a little lewd, but lewd, crude, and socially unacceptable. But
Another thing while I was driving here to my brother's work, one thing I did see was a woman wearing flesh-coloured leggings. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know
Wow.
what you call leggings.
yeah, it
Tight
depended on
pants,
where.
lycra pants, whatever you call them over there.
Right,
Yoga
yeah.
pants.
All I'm saying.
Yoga pants, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Did
Mhm.
it was the spandex dangerously stretched?
No, actually,
Oh,
Well, that was good
but
then.
I saw it from behind.
did she have a
and I went,
camel
Oh.
problem?
"Oh, I don't know. I didn't see the front. I was driving. I only saw the back, and I thought it's 10 degrees Celsius. What's the person doing with that?" And then I went, "Oh, they're leggings or whatever, lycra,
Yeah,
bike pants, whatever,
I
yoga
see.
yeah,
pants." I'm going, "Oh,
yeah,
it's a bit cold for that."
yeah.
I thought, yeah, that's just an interesting thought that I wanted to bring up. I'm going,
We got
I don't know
Margie in the
why they
chat.
have that color,
And we got Arizona Drone Dude. Welcome,
David.
David. Yeah, yeah. It's like God. They wear those kind of pants around here all the time, and unfortunately, they have gone beyond the natural stretching tendency of spandex.
Yeah,
It's
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
like
you get that
jelly
cottage
rolls and
cheese look.
yeah. I'm skating around this a little bit more carefully. They are. How do we say this? Hello, Laura.
Little Llama Laura. Hello.
How do
Hey,
I say
hello.
this nicely? Um,
Did she have
they
a butt in the front?
as I said, didn't see the front. I only saw the
Oh,
back part. People that shouldn't wear pants like that generally do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and
They're
unfortunately, it's
really nice. I don't want to make
Oh,
assumptions about anybody.
did it look like a sack of croquet balls?
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah, well, just
well,
Hmm.
I've lost in the last
I don't
year
know
and a
if
half.
Dominic knows what croquet is.
Oh
I
yeah,
know what
That's
croquet
kind of
is. Yes.
oh
just imagine them in a. Think about putting a bunch of croquet
Yeah.
balls into pantyhose.
Yeah. As I
Yeah.
said, I'm
uh-huh.
being
Looks like a
very
full
careful
diaper.
with
Yeah,
how I answer this.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's
I don't
like
wanna
with me.
I don't want to
I
upset people.
I wear an extra large shirt because I've got a bit of a beer gut. I mean, I've lost a lot of
A
weight. I
bit.
mean, all right, I got a bit of a Dunlap. It's
A Dunlop.
I can see my feet again. I can say that
Oh,
much.
okay.
That's
That's
a good start.
That's a good start. Yeah, and
mhm.
and I don't have to sit down to use the toilet all the time now either. So, but it's I still will not wear tight fitting clothes. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
Oh,
obviously. I'm not a
I mean
huge
because
fan of that anyway.
well where I'm not fat, I'm saggy. Just my arm muscle. I've got that there because I've lost weight, but I have no muscle
No,
tone. It's just yeah, I got them chicken wing things going on. So I just wear it. And believe it or not, this shirt is actually olive drab,
oh.
but it's not this.
Now it
It's
just
not the.
grab.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
starting to
does. It
look
looks,
a bit brown for
but
me.
yeah, it does, and that's the camera doing that. I'm wearing it. I put it on because it was.
Oh, Oh,
I'll be in
yeah.
Sports Illustrated. Yeah, I was worried about the green screen affecting it, but it's just the right color of green that it doesn't affect it.
Oh,
If I
you
had
don't want to
gone
be
in,
wearing anything green.
had I gone in and adjusted my cameras, with the white balance, that might have made it see through. But
there you go.
so I looked at it because I like, man, it is a comfortable shirt, and
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say I bought this and about 6 others like it at a garage sale.
Oh,
25 cents a piece, and they were like brand new. The guy that
you
lives
can
catty
always find
cornered.
some really good bargains.
Well, the guy across, he's one house over and one house that direction. He's sort of catty corner from us. He works for the city of Muskogee, the Parks Department, and he gets these shirts. And this is what this one says. Let's see, hooked on golf, I think is what it says.
Oh,
and it's a golf shirt, and they are nice. They're thick. I grabbed I grabbed all because he'd lost some weight too, so I grabbed all the extra larges he had, and I've got orange, I've got red, I've got blue, black, and this olive drab, and I don't know, a couple others for 25 cents a piece, and they were like brand new. And so whenever he has a yard sale, I go over there check out because he gets paid good money, so he buys good clothes. So I get paid good money too, but I'm too cheap. I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
So, does anybody know who's on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
The cook lady that went to prison.
Yes, Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, 80 years old. Yeah,
80 years old. Still looks pretty darn good.
Helen Mirren for a second. I just totally lost Martha Stewart's name.
Yeah, I did too. Hey, I'm going to step out for just a minute. Judy just called me, so.
Okay.
No worries, we'll take over.
We'll be here.
All right, you do that.
So what else has been happening?
Well, we had another bad air day.
Oh no.
Yeah. Last I looked, it was 132, and it was so bad. On the way home, I couldn't see the mountain.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I do have a little tickle in my throat going. So
thankfully, we haven't had that sort of thing in a while. We had it a couple of years ago when we had some really bad air quality, but currently everything's good.
Right.
Okay, see you, James.
I see there's a tropical storm heading towards the Philippines.
Oh no.
Yeah. Right now it's Guam is just on the outer reaches of the tropical depression. But it's looking like it's going to miss the Philippines and head towards Taiwan or China. So, but they've been having rain in the Philippines.
Oh.
I mean, it's the start of rainy season there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that right, Jack.
So I picked a great time to be there.
Yeah. Because that's in that middle. That's in the middle section. We're in the bottom half of that, and then you got the top half of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Correct.
And next year when I go, it'll be the end of March. And I'll be
that's
either
that
coming
half
back
in,
on
half
the
out sort of weather.
Yeah.
Because they're in that the middle tropical zone.
Right.
There's little. Well, I'm going to say there's little changes, but there are a few. But once you're in the, that's sort of like the half of it's sort of like the southern hemisphere, and so some of it's the northern hemisphere. So you're right on the equator there, pretty much.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Indonesia.
Yeah, which is not
New
far
Guinea.
from. Yeah, New Guinea's not far from Australia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's only a. I'm going to say it's. I was going to say a short plane ride, but no,
Right.
it's about 5 or 6 hours to get there.
Yeah,
And
from where
80%,
you're
yeah, 80% of that flight is still over Australia,
yeah.
especially if you're coming from Melbourne or Tasmania.
Yep.
It's going to take, especially when you go from sort of like a Melbourne to Singapore or Melbourne to any
Yeah.
place, Thailand or Indonesia. You're over Australian waters for 80% of that flight,
Yeah.
which I think's, it's mind-boggling to think Australia's
Mm.
that big. And I've
Right.
lived here
Yeah,
for
it is.
55 years and have been overseas. And when you're going to, Southeast Asia, you're spending 80% of the time still over Australia. That's
Mm-hmm.
mind-boggling,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
Judy, I didn't fix her supper before I started the show, and she needed, so I fixed her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich real quick.
There you go.
Good. What's nice is she's just on the other side of this wall, so I don't have to run all the way to the other end of the house, find out what she wants, and then come back up, and then go make it, and then take it all the way back. I just had to go out here. She told me I walked right in the kitchen. Anyways.
Yeah.
Great.
You're right there, Trevor.
Yeah.
It is a bit interesting.
Earthquake cycle. Yeah. Yeah. We've had a lot of rain here in Oklahoma, and they were worried that we might be like we had the flooding in 2019, because this is right around that time we had that flooding.
Right.
But they said the way it's looking right now, unless we get a hurricane come in and come up through if a
Gulf.
hurricane were to the Gulf were to come into the Gulf. See, that's what happened. Sorry. Every Monday he does this. My cousin, bless his heart.
Oh, I thought it was your Australian buddy.
No,
Greg.
no, it'd be nice if he would.
Yeah.
But even with smoke from the Canadian wildfires, yeah, it's over.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been cloudy today, but and it's been warm. It's like, I think I checked earlier, and it was like 80 degrees out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We got up in the upper 70s today, and it's going to be about the same tomorrow. And we had a real hazy day today, Lloyd.
That is.
Yeah, well, we must be having one too, because it says I just checked, our air quality is 61. So.
Oh, okay.
And it was 39 yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah.
Fly Zone Drones, welcome.
Hey. Oh,
my cousin just wrote back, says, sorry, yeah, my memory just kicked in. He's 2 months younger than me, so I know.
Oh, okay, I can understand that.
Uh-oh. I told Judy to watch that damn dog. He'd steal her sandwich, and he did. I just heard her cussing him. He's good at snatching it.
Oh.
What she's doing is she's holding the sandwich up, but she's watching TV, and he can jump that high. Yeah, hang on a second.
All right, we're hanging.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
My folks had a dog like that. He's a cockapoo, and I was handing my dad a chicken breast from my plate. He was at the counter. I said, "Here you go," and that damn dog jumped up, snatched it out of my hand, and it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Unbelievable.
Oh, by the way, I put up a short yesterday of one of my jokes that I did about getting a ticket because my dog was chasing a kid on a bike. My dog doesn't own a bike.
Yeah.
I got 1.4K views on it.
Oh, great.
My
Okay, I'm
other
back.
video that I did was telling people, hey, come to my channel. We do drones, we do tech and old tech, new tech, and video editing. And I do a live stream on Saturday.
No, I'm not making another sandwich. I went out to, because our male Chihuahua, that little son of a gun, he's scared of everything, and he's got Napoleon syndrome. He thinks and the mistake he made this time is he started a fight with the older Pomeranian who is has lots of hair, so he can't get hold of him, and he's got an attitude, and he wouldn't put up with it because they were begging for Mama's sandwich, and he'd already stole a bite off of it, so she was already, and she pushed him off the couch, and then he saw the other dog was going to come up there and start begging, and he attacked, and so they were going at tooth and toenail there for a few minutes. They're all just trying to figure out their pecking order. I'll tell you the meanest of them all is that little girl.
Uh-huh.
She's a sweetheart, but she will not put up. And she's, when she was so much littler than him when she started out, but now she's a little bit taller than him. She doesn't have his weight. He's short and is real stocky built, but she's long-legged and she's well proportioned, and she's flipping him over on his back and tearing him up now. Let's see. Took my dog to an animal psychiatrist to see if he could help me stop him from chasing people on bikes. All that money to be told to take his bike away from. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I didn't even know he could ride a bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've never had, Chihuahuas. It's always a mixed bag with a Chihuahua or a Pomeranian or any of those little dogs. You can have 10 good ones, and then you're going to have one that's just meaner as snot. And my grandmother-in-law, my grandmother-in-law used to come down and stay with us, and then she'd go down to Judy's grandmother. And then she'd go down with my folks to visit her family down in New Mexico, where we had family. Mm-hmm. And every year she'd come. Well, she brought this Chihuahua, and everybody hated it. He was just an old cranky. I mean, he made me seem like a sweetheart. He was just cantankerous, and I've always felt bad because we all loaded up to go out to eat, and when we came back, the dog had disappeared, and everybody in the family accused me of opening the door and letting the dog out. I didn't have anything to do with it. It was there when we left, but we kept our door unlocked at the time, and one of the neighbor kids, I think, came in and let the dog out, and it disappeared. We hunted all over for that damn dog, but, the rest of her family, especially her daughters, came to say, "Oh, I'm glad you got rid of that." I didn't do it. It ran out. Somebody opened the door, and it wasn't us. And they said, okay, we're going to, that's your story. No, that's the truth. I did, but I always felt bad, but this little guy here has got the same attitude that her Tex did, and he was just, God, he's just a mean little shit. He's good, but, and he's such a wimp, but, oh my God, he just drives me nuts sometimes. Hopefully he'll grow out of it with luck. Otherwise, he's going to be finding him a new home, and, it's like, that's what it sounds like in my house. Who let the dogs out? Yeah.
It's a question that has never really been answered.
Yeah, who did let the dogs out?
Exactly. It's one of those life's problems that we need to know the answer to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These idiots make these songs, but they never answer the questions. You'd think if they were smart enough to ask the question, they'd have the answer,
Exactly. But maybe they were just asking a question and hoping someone out there could answer it.
And nobody has. Just like, what's up?
Yep.
It seems to be fairly rhetorical.
Yeah, it is. If you need a dog disappeared, call Lloyd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don, he says, who let the dogs out? It's been answered. Lloyd did it. Yeah. Yeah. I've never dumped a dog. I've never, I've given several away, and we had to have one. We had my oldest son had a chow, a full-blood chow. And at about 2 years old, some of those chows get their
Little
screw
whack.
comes loose. Yeah, and it's a disease, and they call Lloyd the dog wick. Yeah,
Mhm.
but we had to call it, because Judy went outside, and we have a doggy door over here that goes through our sliding glass door. But hello, Chris Hope. But
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
he was getting out. She went outside with I think one of our poodles, and she was holding. And this dog pinned her against the door, and I got out there and grabbed him and pulled him off. But he was trying to bite, and he was getting pretty vicious. And
Wow.
what ended up happening was we called the pound and animal control, and they came out and they looked at him and said, "Yeah, he needs to." Unfortunately, of course, it killed my son. They were living with us at the time. They just moved here from. They may have just moved back from Kansas. Yeah, I cleared 15 feet for it, test ground. There's a couple of dogs I've wanted to do that. I did. We had a Doberman, and we lived in our old house. We didn't have a fully fenced backyard, and so he was on a chain because he was an escape artist. And when he got out, he would just run, just keep running and running and running, and he'd end up downtown Muskogee, which is 32 blocks from where we lived.
Boy.
And we'd have to go find him, we'd hunt all over for him, and, he might come back. And, well, so we kept him on chain, and we were getting ready to move into this house. We hadn't yet. I got out, went to feed him one night, and he got behind me. He was real bad about he'd hide, and then you'd come through the gate, and then he'd get behind you. Well, he ran behind me and wrapped his chain around my feet and pulled me over. And was pulling me over. I went to kick at him. Well, when I went to kick at him, then my foot went out from under me. I landed flat on my back, and by then I caught him in the chest and kicked him, and he got pissed and he bit me. But mind you, I'm laying on my back, my legs are up in the air, and he bit.
Oh,
He went
man.
he went a squirrel grip on you.
Oh yeah, he was like, oh God. And
Yes.
we had, and the other thing, and his name was Fritz. And the other thing that dog would do is we had a lady next door to us over there on that side of town. She was paranoid. Everything that moved in her backyard, it was a burglar. Well, she called the cops one night because she saw somebody in her backyard. So they wanted to catch him from the side and not have to just run through the gate into her backyard. So they came through our gate into the backyard.
Oh, boy.
Not knowing the Doberman was there. And all of a sudden we hear this, help me. Hey, could you guys help me? And like, what's going on? So we go out there, and there's the cop standing there. And the dog is between him and the gate, and it's growling at him. And he's trapped back there. And, come on, Fritz, go lay down. Yeah.
Mhm.
But one thing, I was just going to say, one thing great about technology these days is thermal imaging. That'll be a really great way of finding dogs or finding pets. I must say. Because you can just put one up that's got a thermal or FLIR on it.
Oh,
and you can.
Speaking of thermal imaging, you know what's really cool is when a dog takes a dump in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you, because we've got a mixed audience tonight. There's other stories I could tell about imaging infrared on when we were testing it out in the Air Force, and there's certain spots on people that highlight.
Yeah.
And
especially when they break wind.
Well, no, it's just
they were trying to keep the word flatulence out of it.
Yeah, no, it had no. You could just. And we were testing the AGM-65D. It was the first imaging infrared missile that the Air Force had ever had. It was, this was back in the 70s. They were just coming out with this. And we were testing it, and one of the gals from the flight line went walking by, and of course, me being what I was back then, I was single, and I just panned the camera and followed her all the way around. Of course, unfortunately, our OIC was a female, and we were checking the tape afterwards and giggling and laughing and carrying on, and like, oh, yeah, look at that, you know. And all of a sudden, I hear her say, Mendenhall, did you take that picture? No, that must have been the pilot. Delete that film right now, and you come here and like, oh god, because it shows hot spots. You know, the kind the military has. It's not like these. It's not like these flare units. No, because you know they got to be able to reach an image and see an image from 10, 15, 20,000 feet in the air. You know, depending and be able to lock on it. So they're pretty powerful infrareds.
Yep.
Mm.
Well, one time Ken Heron had one of his infrared cameras, and Henry was taking a whiz, and it was in the wintertime. You see this red liquid
glow,
out and hit the ground, and the ground starts getting red.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can see on infrared cameras. Okay, just making sure I wouldn't miss anything. So, wow, but yeah, that was that was fun testing that. I mean, well, it wasn't fun getting in trouble when I got my butt, but it was still fun. You know, I was in my 20s. You know what the hell?
Yeah.
I was in between my first and second ex-wife. Yeah. So once Judy got hold of me, I settled down and became a nice guy.
Oh, okay. So I was just going to say, you wanted one of those loyalty cards. When you get past 6 wives, you just tick off the 6 wives, you get the 7th one for free.
I see somebody waving at us, but I don't recognize who they are.
No.
Lila,
I don't see him. In the chat?
In the chat, in the chat. No, in the chat.
Oh, Pink Hand, Lily, de Tudo,
Puco.
Puco?
No, Paco's P-O-C-O, Puco.
Let me,
because it's cold.
Let me
Justin.
go.
That's why I got the jacket.
I Googled Pimps for Life and got a link to this channel. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This person has a. It looks like they are from. Let's see. It doesn't. Brazil.
Brazil.
So,
okay. Welcome.
She's got, farm animals, tropical plants, bananas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the channel. You never know what you're going to find out about on it. I never know where I'm going to go with.
I want to learn English, probably.
I speak Okie.
Channel to learn English from.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got your Australian accent, my Okie accent. Yeah, that's. Yeah, you just all going to learn real good English here here watching our channel. But actually, no, it's not too bad. My accent isn't as bad as some of them. But oh my goodness, God, I'm gonna have to turn the air conditioner on. It's actually hot tonight.
Oh no!
You don't look so hot to me.
Shit.
My words.
You walked right into that one, Lloyd.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Is Okie Finoki real? I don't know if Okie Finoki is real, but I am an Okie from Muskogee, so which that is God. Everybody hates that song, but it was actually one that it was in the top 5 of city songs. The unfortunate thing was they got a bunch of people that couldn't sing to sing it. It's like on Good Morning America or something. And our mayor, God, our mayor at the time actually owned a convenience store as well. And I went up there and I said, yeah, I saw you on TV singing the song. I said, I just suggest you either run for re-election or keep the day job you've got, because you're not going to make it as a country star. Because it was, what's that one old song? Is out of tune and out of time. It was bad. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
For all the
So.
New Zealanders here. They love
I know. I knew what you meant as soon as and I thought the same thing. I just didn't say it. That's
Yeah.
how we get that's how we get the Kiwis to come to the show.
Yeah. We do sheep jokes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do we get the Tasmanians, because, if you get Tasmanians, you're getting 2 for 1 on that deal.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you get, 2 heads are better than 1, they always say, and Tasmania
Yep.
proves it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm going to lose.
That's where my girlfriend's sister lives.
Does she have 2 heads?
No.
Okay, see, she's not. But
She lives in Tasmania.
But she's a Filipino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. She's not a Tasmanian. She's not a native born. Yeah, she's a transplant. She's not a native born Tasmanian. Because they're so. Yeah, I'm in trouble now. I'm going to be getting all sorts of hate mail from the people in that part of for Tasmanians. I wonder if I've got any Tasmanians watching. I know I got a lot of devils watching, but I don't know. If we could get rid of Victoria, we could lose Tasmania as well.
Justin said put the hood on.
Yeah, put the hood on.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. She doesn't go bathing in the tar pits, yeah. What, New Zealand's third island, yeah. Yeah.
I must say, speaking about New Zealand, have you ever watched the New Zealand news?
No, I haven't.
You should, because one, you need subtitles to listen to it.
Right,
And
yeah, I knew that.
Secondly, and this is not a slight, I'm not having a go or a slight on it. It's just that their place names, anything that starts with a WH is pronounced as an F. So there is a place, and watching the weather reports,
right,
there is a place that is spelled WHAKATNE, and it is pronounced Whakatane. So when you're watching that's what I mean. You are trying to watch the news, and you're just sitting there, and you're busting a rib with some of the names. I'm not saying I do think it's funny, but at the same time,
it's just sad.
Pointing out a fact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you what, I've watched Brokenwood Mysteries. Which is a New Zealand show. And I got to admit, boy, the first couple of times, and it just went, I don't know, I think it only went like 5 seasons, and then they've renewed it, and I noticed that they picked up another 3 or 4 seasons. Now I think they're up to like 10. But oh my God, when I first started watching him, like, what the hell did he say? Of course, it's about a guy from, as a cop from an overweight, slobbish-looking cop that is in, he's a bit of a slob. He's a bit womanizing type guy, and he loves country music. I think that's the only reason I watch his show is because of the music that they play, because it's got some, and it's not American country. It's country, with their little bit of a spin on it. But it's hard to watch that the first. I think I watched all the seasons that were available 3 times before I finally started understanding what in the hell they were saying part of the time. Yeah. Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting because we've got Australian English, we've got New Zealand English, we've got South Africans also speaking English.
Yeah.
You've got the UK speaking English, and you've got the Americans speaking English. And we have our own little dialects in each of those.
Well, yeah, because just like here in the United States.
You go to New Zealand, and you go there, and you ask what a milk bar is. They don't understand what a milk bar is. They call it a dairy.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
That's what we'd call it here too, probably.
Yeah, and if you go to the airport and you ask for a trolley, they don't know what you're talking about. They call it a trundler.
Okay.
And
That's and
they also have the jandals, which what would you would call flip flops. We call them
right.
thongs.
Thongs, yeah.
oh,
We
they call
we
them
used to call
slippers.
Yeah, Japanese
well,
sandals. They call them jandals.
yeah. Well, we used to call them thongs until, the other thongs were, bikini type thong stuff. But
Mm.
when I was a kid, flip flops were called thongs, and,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
then
because every
now they
time
have,
I bring up thongs, someone
yeah, why you got thongs
Yeah.
on your feet? Yeah. Yeah. But from my age group,
Mhm.
that's what, and that's what they sold them as, I think you can still buy some old fashioned thongs like that, like at the Dollar General store. You can go in there.
we have
They-
you get them at the we call them $2 shops over here.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
You've
because
also got
more
Havianas, which are a fairly well-known brand name.
Right.
And as I said, you've got various things that are different. Yeah, you're right there,
Yeah.
Justin.
Uh,
Various terminologies that are completely different. And I
well,
just think that's hilarious.
yeah. And I'll tell you who's even harder to understand than the New Zealanders, and that's the friggin' Welsh.
Yep.
Oh
Well,
my
Wales
God.
and Scotland.
Scotland's pretty
Pretty
rough
tough
too,
call.
especially if they're using the, if they're speaking the Celtic or the Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic, I wouldn't even pretend to. Irish Gaelic, a little bit, but
Mm,
that Scottish Gaelic, I just,
yeah. Especially when
actually
you
the
watch
Scottish English is,
a lot of the programs that they
yeah,
have come out of those, and they've got that really thick accent,
yes, yeah,
especially
yeah,
Glasgow and Edinburgh, especially
yeah,
Glasgow. That
Glasgow,
is
yeah,
really
yeah,
because
Mhm.
yeah.
there was a comedy series that someone put me onto many years ago called Still Game, and it's a comedy with two old age pensioners, and
Okay, yeah,
they use all of the the slang and the vernacular, and you're sitting
right.
there thinking, it took me probably 4 or 5 seasons
Mhm.
to understand it.
Yeah, some of that is, well, I mean, hell, there's times, you can't even understand people in the United States. I mean, there's some parts of this country that, especially if you get up there in the northeastern part, up around Maine and,
Yeah.
well, even Boston, sometimes that Massachusetts accent is,
Boston.
Yeah.
yeah, is depending on how much of an Irish they throw into their,
Mm.
that's,
Yeah, I just
but
find that's always been fascinating to me, and it's actually even more. You got
you're
that
right,
one
Mark.
right, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, I've looked at some of the names. I'm going, hey, Ken Heron talks about, being able to pronounce some of those European names. Welsh has them beat, I think, over anybody. Yeah,
I,
yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
I
it'd
also
be
think it's
Flurgan
been
Gurgan.
yeah.
Swedish.
Mm-hmm.
Go to
I
Harlem and
think,
try to
as I
understand
said,
that. Yeah.
the other thing, like Mickey,
Mickey McKay's Northeast U.S. speaks proper English. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I also
well,
think it's been highlighted even further with technology such as now live streams and that, where
yeah.
people, you've got Australians talking, then you've got New Zealanders, the UK, and even Canadian. I'll throw Canadians in there too. They've even
Right.
got a couple of words
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
phrases and the way they speak as well.
And it depends on whether they're like from British Columbia, the more British sounding, or whether they're from Quebec.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Some of those French Canadians, well, even the French can't understand the French Canadians.
And pretty much with Gary always puts a on the end of his sentences.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. And
Well, bud, we got Meow Australia.
Australia. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey says Northeast U.S. speaks. Well, I live in Oklahoma, and we're sort of we're a Southern accent, but we're sort of more Texan. Although, God, I get into Texas and like where my sister and used to live when she was alive, where she lived, which is, I mean, she literally in the same town. You could just drive from one end of the street to the other, and you're going back and forth from Texas to New Mexico. That's how close they were.
Wow.
And so that part of the country, and I remember because she's my half sister, and they used to go down there for the summer and spend the summer with their mother, and then my other sister went to school down there, came up to Colorado, and spent the summer with us. When she'd come up, of course I grew up in Colorado, so when she came up there, hell, I couldn't understand what she was saying for the first week she was there because she had such a Texas accent, and I just didn't, and then Judy's family, first time I met Judy, they came up to Colorado to visit us. And I heard her dad talk, and that was the funniest damn thing I ever heard in my life. And every time he talked, I'd giggle, I was only 6 years old, but I knew he talked funnier than anybody I ever heard, And I used to love to hear him tell, her dad used to tell stories, and he just got that old Southern, real drawn out way of saying things a little bit like Festus Hagen, but it was really slow. And it was funny as hell. And matter of fact, when Judy and I got married, I had that Midwestern accent and I talked fast, and she talked very slow. And then finally we leveled out, but then she'd call and talk with her dad, and she talked to him for 30, 40 minutes, and she'd get off the phone, and I couldn't understand what the hell she's saying. I said, you've been talking to your dad again, haven't you? Yeah. Why? I said, because I can't understand. Because she'd pick up his accent, It's like, oh my God. But now we've been together so long.
When I was down at Spin Up last year, I ran into an old friend of mine who happens to be deaf. And I said, hey, Dave, how's it going? And he said, that Southern accent kills me every time.
And there we go. Another.
I tried to do some sign language with them.
But you mumble.
I mumble.
Yeah. 3 books I bought him, folks. And he's still using those jokes. 3 books.
Yeah, but those are originals.
Those are original, yeah. That could be true. I wouldn't be surprised if they've got apps out there that would be able to tell you where you're from. That's my problem, because my dad was from Oklahoma and Arkansas. My mother was born and raised in Colorado. I lived in Colorado, Arizona, and they moved out here. And after 42 years here, I've got I've picked up a lot of the Southern slang, but I talk to a lot of Aussies, and Washington. That's right.
You put extra R's in your words.
I do. Yeah, I do in the wash. I did wash dishes today too. Yeah, washing. Yeah, but Tim sounds like an Australian redneck. It's very disturbing. Yeah, now he doesn't, but I find a lot of the time what I end up doing is I start throwing in Aussie terms, which sounds really funny with an Oklahoma accent. But I'll say something and people look at me like, what the hell did you just say? I said, huh? Oh, sorry. And I have to explain to him what the hell, because, I listen to so damn much both Australian and British television, and see, here's the thing about British television. They only have 300 actors in all of England. They just recycle them. They even take them until they die, and then they have a funeral for that character. Somebody died. Well, let's show George's funeral. So that they only have 300 actors, and there's like 6 or 7 generations, so that when the old guy finally kicks off, they can bring his grandson in to, help, or his great grandson. Yeah. Because you watch any British film, you're going to see at least 3 people from 3 other movies.
Especially with the drama. series.
Yeah,
They always
or
like to recycle.
oh yeah, or the period dramas too. You know,
Yeah.
the pantomime is what they call them. I think when they dress up in the
Yeah,
period, we call them period dramas. I think they call them pantomimes,
similar.
which
Yeah.
which is not the guy that inside the brick.
Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting, and you know, uh, I actually saw a guy on one of the because I'm watching
saw
Death
a
in Paris.
guy.
Yeah, I saw this actor on Death in Paradise today, who was actually from a Bollywood movie, and I recognized him from it because it's Bride and Prejudice. It was a Jane Austen Bollywood movie. It's Americans in it,
Yeah.
you know. And it's a funny movie. It's really funny.
Fusion movie,
And this guy, and this guy was from that. And I was like, damn, he's gotten old since he did that movie, you know. But and I saw, is it Jeremy Raymer? Is that his name that played
Rayner.
Hawkeye? Yeah,
I think
the
it
one
was,
that got
yeah.
run over by his snowcat.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's Jeremy Rayner.
Renner.
Yeah.
Renner. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, that's correct.
he
Mark.
was actually in Death in Paradise.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pantomimes are comedy stage shows at Christmas. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyways, he was in this. He was playing a whipped husband. You know, his wife was cheating on him, and he to think this is the guy that just got ran over by a snowcat. He played Hawkeye. You know, he does all this action stuff, and he's playing this wimpy husband. It's like, oh my god. You know, I guess he needed the paycheck, so what the hell, you know? And it was after he'd already started playing Hawkeye, so because it wasn't that long ago that he was in that. And like first time I saw it, I go, "Is that who I think it is?" So I had to. Yes,
Crossover
yeah.
Paranormal Society. Welcome,
Ah,
welcome.
welcome. Yeah, yeah. And you know something? We have gone way past our time.
Yes, we have.
And we've had a good show. Talked about apps.
Yep.
We've managed to spend an hour and talk about absolutely nothing.
As usual.
Yep.
As usual, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so I want to thank everybody who watched. Dom, I always appreciate you being in here, and Art, you're always appreciated. I'm always glad to do a show with you and to have you here as my backup. So, and to everybody in the chat, I appreciate it. I'm just going to shut it off tonight. I'm not going to run the timer. Head over to Drone
like
Nation
last
and
week.
just like last week. Yeah, it takes too much time. And anyways, head over to Drone Nation, tell them I said hi, and I will talk to everybody later. And any final words, Art?
I'm gruntled and couth today.
Okay. And any words of wisdom from you, Dominic?
Just might put a few more of these out. So
All right.
yep.
Hey, TJ.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
We'll talk to everybody later.
All right.
All right. Y'all take care. Bye-bye. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. I should